Welcome everybody to the show. We're blessed with an extracurricular activity dude here today. Uh, y'all might have recognized him from Too Strong. He was on a couple of videos of ours, and I tracked him down because I'm a very difficult person to get a hold of on TikTok because I get banned all the time. So, or I'm either banned or they remove all my friends, so I don't know how to contact them. So, we are going to welcome him to the show. Welcome, Dante.
Woohoo!
And Coy is still out dealing with family stuff, and Bro is working. There's one other guy that may show up, and you guys may know him as Ricky. He has a little blue streak here on his beard, black guy. Anyway, so hopefully he'll show up. If not, we'll continue. Three's company, right? So that's good.
Yep.
Well, today we will be reacting to the so-called State of the Union, otherwise known as Biden's campaign speech.
I don't want to do this.
So we'll bring him up here. There he is, the wet potato himself.
Dementia Muck himself.
720 is the best we got? Okay. That'll have to work. All right, here we go. Let's watch all the fanfare of all the clowns greeting this guy. And his proverbial surprise face, kind of like Hillary and the balloons, is coming up here soon. Wait for it. Wait for it. How are you doing?
Hold up. Can we rewind a second? Oh, crap.
Yeah, commercials. They're getting paid. Yeah. Tell me when to pause.
Yeah.
This next demon right here. Should I go back further?
No.
Yeah.
Right there was fine. So.
So this is when you first turned around.
Okay.
What is up with his eyes?
Pause. Do you see that patch of white right there, like to the upper left corner?
In the clothing? Yeah.
Yes. Just give them all white hoods at that point.
That's
Right.
They can't give themselves away that clearly, Jay Lee. Come on now.
They clearly are. Look at that.
That's church clothes. That's all
From
Southern
what church?
Southern Baptists wear that all the time, right?
Not Southern Baptists I know of.
Nah. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, look at the white hoods, man. That's all they need.
Dang, I didn't catch that.
Just keep going.
Good catch. I just did a lot of crack. Yeah, I'm feeling real good now. I want to know what he's laughing at. This is a Republican. Isn't that the one that got shot?
Yeah, at the baseball field.
Yeah. So
Was that him?
Why is he laughing? I don't see anything that has to be humorous about anything that Joe Biden is doing. Let's be honest. I'm only laughing at Joe, but what Joe is doing should not be applauded or laughed at. It's destructive, and I'm losing more and more confidence in there being a two-party system. I think there's just one right now.
The Uniparty.
I'm kind of convinced that the Republicans are just day in name only. They're not actually doing anything for their people.
Yeah,
I agree.
Who knocked him in the head? You see that dent? Is that where they tied the mask off?
white hoods. Look at that. And they're all women.
They're pure blood. See, there's a Hillary Clinton. Did you see it when she saw the balloons?
MGT.
This is about you. This is about the soul of the nation.
Yo, wait a minute. Who's that who's that grizzly looking miser right there?
I don't know. Scalise is his name, right? Scalise?
Yep, that's his name, Scalise. That's exactly right.
All right, enough of this crap. Get to talking.
Hitler was
48 minutes of just greeting people?
Yep.
Thank you.
Don't jump.
David Jill.
Again, what's this smirking for? I can't stand this crap, bro.
Well, I think that Kamala Harris is just, I think she hit a, whatever. And, our speaker, he's laughing at him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's laughing like with him. He's laughing at him because, this is going to be a, S show when it comes to Joe Biden.
I wouldn't be. Look, man, look.
Good evening. Good evening. If I were smart, I'd go home now.
Yeah, only thing I'll probably agree with you on this entire speech.
He just said that.
If he was smart, he would go home. That was the smartest thing he said the whole night.
That was the smartest thing he said in his whole presidency.
Wow. If I were smart, I'd go home now. Okay.
Mr. Speaker, Madam Vice President, members of Congress, my fellow Americans. In January 1941, Franklin Roosevelt came to this chamber to speak to the nation, and he said, I address you at a moment unprecedented in the history of the Union. Hitler was on the march. War was raging in Europe. President Roosevelt's purpose was to wake up Congress and alert the American people that this was no ordinary time. Freedom and democracy were under assault in the world. Tonight, I come to this same chamber to address the nation. Now, it's we who face an unprecedented moment in the history of the Union. And yes, my purpose tonight is to wake up the Congress and alert the American people that this is no ordinary moment either. Not since President Lincoln and the Civil War have freedom and democracy been under assault at home as they are today.
I want to know how.
Is he slurring? He began slurring.
He is, but I want to know how freedom and democracy is under attack by anyone but you, Joe. I don't know.
I mean,
last I checked, when you say freedom, I have the right to be free and do what I want to do, pick what I want to pick, be what I want to be, say what I want to say. But that's not true. That's not true. All right. Democracy.
What makes our moment rare is that freedom and democracy are under attack both at home and overseas at the very same time. Overseas, Putin of Russia is on the march, invading Ukraine and sowing chaos throughout Europe and beyond. If anybody in this room thinks Putin will stop at Ukraine, I assure you he will not.
I don't know what you're nodding for. Mike, what are you nodding for, Mr. Johnson? What are you nodding? There's no war in Ukraine. There's money laundering in Ukraine. And Joe and the Democrats are pulling money, and some of the majority of the Republicans do. This is not look, man. Look, wow.
But Ukraine can stop Putin.
Yeah, I bet they can.
Ukraine can stop Putin if we stand with Ukraine and provide the weapons.
Can I ask a question? Is this the state of other people's union or ours that we're supposed to be talking about?
It sounds more like a campaign speech. It doesn't sound like a State of the Union to me. I mean, you're advocating more for Ukraine and talking about Putin. I don't understand. Like, you should be giving the American people hope. And in these first few minutes, I don't hear any of that. You know, so
No.
I'm a little confused.
Like, I kind of want to be part of Ukraine right now just because of this.
They had, do you realize that when we were suffering at fires, they had misters all around in their public square, paid for by your American tax dollars. So technically, Ukraine is America 2.0. So I guess that is the State of the Union. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe, you make sense now.
It needs to defend itself. That is all. That is all Ukraine is asking. They're not asking for American soldiers. In fact, there are no American soldiers in war in Ukraine, and I'm determined to keep it that way.
But that's not what you
Wait.
That's what you said. I don't understand that one.
No, I thought Zelensky demanded that we send U.S. military over to fight for him.
Right?
Didn't Biden acquiesce?
Mm-hmm.
So he's lying.
Yeah. You see what he's doing. He's going to send them to the border of Ukraine, but not into Ukraine. See, he sent them to Eastern Europe. He's not sending them to Ukraine. He sent them to Eastern Europe. It's different.
Oh.
Okay.
But now, assistance to Ukraine is being blocked by those who want to walk away from our world leadership. It wasn't long ago when a Republican president named Ronald Reagan thundered, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall." Now my predecessor, a former Republican president, tells Putin, quote, "Do whatever the hell you want."
This is kind of like the find people on both sides thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did Trump say that? Let me ask you a question. Did Trump say, "Do whatever the hell you want"?
Right.
No,
I
he
doubt
said
it.
if you don't pay your fair share, then do what you have to. You know.
Oh.
That's a little different though, isn't it? That's
Context is everything.
Huh. All right, Joe.
That's a quote. A former president actually said that bowing down to a Russian leader, I think it's outrageous, it's dangerous, and it's unacceptable.
He's still nodding.
Bowing down to a Russian leader?
Apparently.
Is
But
a
he's not
founding
bound to
member of
Ukraine, though.
NATO, the military alliance of democratic nations created after World War II to prevent war and keep the peace. And today, we've made NATO stronger than ever.
If you're trying to prevent war, why would you encourage it and make an insurgence on the side of Ukraine?
I agree.
And if you're really trying to prevent war, why would you go invade Iraq? If you're really about stopping war, why would you go into Afghanistan? Hello? No? No? Okay.
Welcome Finland to the alliance last year.
Finland.
And just this morning, Sweden officially joined, and their minister is here tonight. I'm going to stand up.
Sweden.
Welcome. Welcome.
Yay! Let's furnish the IKEA furniture. Let's furnish the U.S. military with IKEA furniture. Thank you,
They
guys.
know how to fight.
Jill always wants to kiss everybody.
Ugh.
What's up with that?
I'm surprised she didn't kiss him in the mouth like she did Kamala Harris' husband. I'm surprised.
Right? That's what I'm saying. She likes that. She likes that mouth action.
Oh gosh.
My bad. Didn't mean to put that image in your head, but
No. So, in all seriousness, though, like we pay $860 billion into NATO, while these nations don't even pay, not even a percentage of that into NATO. It's like I'm failing to recognize why we have to be a part of this when we're spending the brunt of it. We're picking up the tab. So now we're going to fund both Finland and Sweden's defense.
Yes.
Cheers
Isn't
to
that
one.
aiding in white supremacy? Because isn't those two places mostly white?
For sure.
Just a thought. I mean,
Yeah.
For sure.
Mr. Prime Minister, welcome to NATO, the strongest military alliance the world has ever seen. I say this to Congress, we have to stand up to Putin. Send me a bipartisan national security bill. History is literally watching. History is watching. The United States walks.
history can't be watching. That's Joe. That's not. I know dead people voted for you, but history's not watching anything. Nor is the future watching now. You see that's not how time works, Joe. History ain't watching nothing. I don't know who told you that or who put that in your speech to sound, I don't know, verbose, but it didn't help your case. And history is not. Man, history is watching. Okay.
Away, it will put Ukraine at risk. Europe is at risk. The free world will be at risk, emboldening others to do what they wish to do us harm.
Whoosh.
My message to President Putin, who I've known for a long time, is simple. We will not walk away.
What's up with that face?
But I have a question real quick.
We will not bow down.
But the thing is, we won't walk away. Is this our war or is this Ukraine's?
It's not our war, no.
I'm confused.
Yeah. But he said we don't get into new wars, though. So.
Oh, that's what he said?
Yeah, it's what he said it. Remember, he said we don't get into war. That's what the UN has been around, so because we don't get into wars.
That's right.
Yeah. Peacetime.
Down. I will not bow down.
Refresh you every day with Mentos gum. Yes to fresh.
Bro, what was that? What was that? We gotta go back. Hey, whoa, hey, boy, what was that?
Oh goodness!
Simple.
Cruella de Vil.
We will not
What
walk
was
away.
that, bro? Where is it?
We will not bow down. I will not bow down.
Pause. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Bro, what is that? What is that? She was, okay. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong for this, but I got to do it, right? I got to do it. Hold on. I got to. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, I look. If y'all don't see it, I'm gonna have to help you see it. Okay. Real quick, y'all have that branded in your head, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 55, 57. Okay.
I mean,
Tell me I'm wrong. That's all I'm asking. Please tell me I'm wrong. I'm not wrong, right? Hey, Earl, I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it's a striking resemblance there, man. Very strong
And
resemblance.
they're doing the same thing. Bruh.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong at all.
55.
Created after World War II to prevent war. On January 6th. And they know how to fight. Security bill. History is literally watching. History is watching.
Literally
The
watching.
United States walks away, it will put Ukraine at risk. Europe is at risk. The free world will be at risk, emboldening others to do what they wish to do us harm. My message to President Putin, who I've known for a long time, is simple. We will not walk away.
Yeah.
We will not bow down. I will not bow down.
Nancy.
In a literal
Yeah, what's that
sense,
bubble liberal doing?
History is watching. History is watching. Just like history watched 3 years ago on January 6th.
History watched.
When insurrectionists stormed this very Capitol and placed a dagger to the throat of American democracy. Many of you are here on that darkest of days.
Darkest of days?
With our own eyes, the insurrectionists were not patriots. They'd come to stop the peaceful transfer of power, to overturn the will of the people. January 6th lies about the 2020 election and the plots to steal the election posed a gravest threat to U.S. democracy.
He just
glitched.
glitched. He glitched.
America stood.
They glitched out.
America stood strong and democracy prevailed. We must be honest.
Whoa. Wait. We got to be what?
Oxymoron?
Honest.
Yeah.
Joe, listen. You couldn't be honest if your life was on the line. You don't know how to be honest. Okay, look, you were asked about being corrupt when you were younger, and you said, well, I wouldn't suggest that I wasn't corrupt. So you wouldn't even admit that. We all know how you got to power. But honesty was not one of the ways you got there, bro.
Nope.
It wasn't honesty.
Nope.
It was something else. My goodness.
Must be defended. My predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th. I will not do that. This is the moment to speak the truth and to bury the lies. Here's the simple truth. You can't love your country only when you win.
Whoa, what?
Holy cow.
Isn't that what they did for 4 straight years?
Last time I checked.
Y'all Democrats did this for 4 stinking years, bro. There were riots after riots after riots. Buildings burned after because y'all didn't win. What are you talking about?
Big facts.
I'm going to say it. You are a retard, Joe Biden. I mean that in every facet of the word, both derogatory and mentally incapable. You retarded. Look, not even remedial classes can help you. You don't even belong on the short bus. They should drag your stupid behind the bus on a cardboard box. Bruises and all. Y'all destroyed this country for 4 straight years. And you want to talk about honesty and what? Hey, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Aren't these the same clowns that also are telling everybody else who opposed those riots and all that stuff to now engage in civil discussion?
Yes. Jane, if you drive the short bus, make sure you take every corner at 60 miles an hour, please. So that the swing effect just slams his stupid behind right into a wall every time. Bam! He don't have any more brain to destroy, so just keep doing it. Hopefully, he becomes a quadriplegic and he can't do nothing to destroy the country no more.
But just think about it. Let's say Trump, he wins. We're going to see what the tolerant left does. They're going to do exactly what he said they don't do. It destroy everything. Everything I think the Democrats said they destroy. That's just my opinion. They don't know how to be capable of building anything up. Families, neighborhoods, you put them in there, they tear it down. That's just the way I look at Democrats. Wow.
Yeah. He's
That
definitely Walter. He's definitely Walter in look. But Walter's still smarter than him by miles. Miles. Hold on.
Democracy must be defended.
He's clapping. Watch Mike.
My predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th. I will not do that. This is the moment to speak the truth and to bury the lies. Here's the simple truth. You can't love your country only when you win.
What are you clapping for? You do realize he's calling you out, right, Mike Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
I was hopeful.
I guess Mike Johnson was just basically clapping on that principle.
Yeah, but he has to understand the context.
Right.
Okay, let's just be honest about something. Understand that there are partisan things and that everybody, every year that they have a State of the Union address, one side doesn't clap and the other side does, and that happens for every president. But when you have something as insidious as Joe Biden standing in front of you, and saying the kind of crap he's saying, you should instantaneously tear up your State of the Union address paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Nancy did it, so it's precedent now. You can do it.
Right.
I would do it right then and there and not even face the crowd anymore. If I could find a way to sit backwards, I'd do it. I'd disrespect him so horribly, it'd be impressive.
Republicans always want to play fair. The Democrats get down and dirty with you. You know what I'm saying? So, they want to look good, to the people. We're the party of civility, and sometimes you got to get dirty just like the Democrats. That's just the way I look at it. You got to fight fire with fire. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to be nice all the time. Nah, do what they give it back to them, what they give to us all the time. Give it back to them. Let them get a little spoon of it to see how I feel and how it tastes. That's how I feel.
I agree.
Which is why whenever I hear people on the internet talk about, we need to be unified, I'm like, how? Explain how. We need to take on the government. How? When half of the people are suckling off the teat of the government.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't have unity with people who want to proverbially destroy you.
Thank you. And there's nothing on the side that they have that I agree with. Absolutely nothing.
Right.
So I'm not having peace with that.
Right.
Like what sense does that make? That's why I told people I'm done trying to be friends with people on the left and even some of them on the right. I'm not trying to be friends with you.
Yeah.
If you go against core morality, I cannot be friends with you. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're my branded enemy. And y'all can say, well, that's not Christ-like. No, I don't stand with the devil. It's that simple. If y'all want to act like, you can be friends with the world, be that way. Feel free. You do you. But don't ask me to comply to your stupidity just because you feel you need friends. If you need friends, go find some.
Exactly.
And they're all the ones wearing the white right back there.
Just insane, man. Now, where was I?
As I've done ever since being elected to office, I ask all of you without regard to party to join together and defend democracy. Remember your oath of office to defend against all threats, foreign and domestic.
Joe, you are that domestic threat. That's you. So if you're asking us to do that, thank you. I'm glad you said it out of your mouth that we are supposed to stand against threats, foreign and domestic. And if we consider you a domestic threat, we should deal with you the way we deal with a threat. Right, Joe? Huh?
I don't think that whoever wrote his speech was thinking, because you just attacked half of America, the voters, and then go say, let's come together in the next breath. It don't make sense. Something wrong with that dude.
It's
Bad wrong.
It's been wrong with him for a while. But hey, I will take your advice, and I will make sure from here on out, I approach you as enemy number one domestically, as a terrorist domestically. So what should I do with a terrorist, Joe? Tell me, Joe, what should I do with a terrorist? I know you're going to send the FBI to see me after today, but that's okay. I'm used to seeing them. What should I do? What should I do with a terrorist, Joe? Let me see what you say we should do to terrorists.
Respect free and fair elections, restore trust in our institutions, and make clear political violence has absolutely no place in America, zero place.
Really? Really?
Again, it's not hyperbole to suggest history is watching. We're watching. Your children and grandchildren will read about this day and what we do. History is watching another assault on freedom.
Okay, I want to show guys something. Maybe we should write this number down here. 57, what does that say? 5727? 5627.
627.
Okay, I'll come back to that in a minute. Now, you all just heard what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all heard what he said about everything, right? Okay, good.
Political violence.
And peaceful transfer of power, right?
Right.
That's what he said. Okay, good. And people who try to overturn free and fair elections, right? That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to make sure we have that correctly. Let's see if they keep that energy now.
Electoral votes cast by electoral 10 of the 29 because 10 of
Hold on.
I have an objection because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified.
I object to the votes from the state of Wisconsin, which should not be legally certified.
No debate.
Mr. President, I object to the certificate from the state of Georgia on the grounds that the electoral votes were
No
not.
debate. There's no debate.
And I object to a certificate from the state of North Carolina.
I object to the 15 votes from the state of North Carolina. I object.
I object to the certificate from the state of Alabama. The electors were not lawfully certified.
Is it signed by a senator?
Not as of yet, Mr. President.
In that case, the objection cannot be entertained. The objection cannot be entertained.
Not the same Biden.
Not in order.
Nope.
There is no debate in order. Is it signed by a senator? There is no debate. There's no debate in the joint session. There is no debate. There is no debate. There is no debate. Please come to order. The objection cannot be received. Section 18, Title 3 of the United States Code prohibits debate in the joint session.
I do not wish to debate. I wish to ask, is there one United States senator who will join me in this letter
There
of
is no
rejection?
debate. There is no debate.
Just one.
The gentlewoman will suspend.
Hypocrisy.
By every metric of that, shouldn't we call those all who are trying to debate traitors?
We should.
A threat to democracy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
big
just making
insurgents
sure.
of democracy.
Just making sure.
So there. That is a threat to democracy, right? That's what he said by his own. Remember? I remember history is watching. That was history. Did y'all forget that y'all did that? Maybe you forgot how you did that. Okay, just double checking.
Joining us so late is Latoya Beasley, a social worker from Birmingham, Alabama. 14 months ago, she and her husband welcomed a baby girl thanks to the miracle of IVF. She scheduled treatments to have that second child. The Alabama Supreme Court shut down IVF treatments across the state, unleashed by a Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade. She was told her dream would have to wait. What her family had got through should never have happened. Unless Congress acts, it could happen again. So tonight, let's stand up for families like hers. To my friends across the aisle, don't keep this waiting any longer. Guarantee the right to AVF. Guarantee it nationwide.
Guaranteed
You brought this
nationwide.
kingdom together, and it will stay together, even after you're gone. Help protect your loved ones with guaranteed whole life insurance from
hate
United of
commercials.
Omaha.
Be smooth with the
Oh, come on, man.
Get a smooth shave anywhere, anytime.
Like most Americans, I believe Roe v. Wade got it right.
What? What?
Well, we wait.
She was told her dream would have to wait. See it nationwide.
I thought he said Vade. Did he say Vade? Is here?
Like most Americans, I believe Roe v. Wade got it right. I thank Vice President Harris for
Roe
being an
v.
incredible
Wade.
leader defending reproductive
Roe
freedom.
v. Vade, bro. I gotta hear it again.
Like most Americans, I believe Roe v. Wade got it right. I thank Vice President Harris for being an incredible leader defending reproductive freedom. And so much more.
What has she done for reproductive? What? Oh, goodness.
My predecessor came to office determined to see Roe v. Wade overturned. He's the reason it was overturned, and he brags about it. Look at the chaos that has resulted.
What chaos?
Joining us tonight is Kate Cox, the wife and mother from Dallas. She's become pregnant again and had a fetus with a fatal condition. Her doctor told Kate that her own life and her ability to have children in the
What? Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
And her ability to act. Her doctor told Kate that her own life and her ability to have children in the future.
Joe, come on, Joe. We did it, Joe. Come on, Joe.
Now women can have sure.
Guys, it's a stutter.
And the Xi Jinping. Okay?
Better cat care.
Folks, with the shade.
Come on, man.
Them pills wearing off quick, though. Man, that little bump wasn't working. Ain't enough. Not enough.
Were at risk if she didn't act. Because Texas law banned her ability to act, Kate and her husband had to leave the state to get what she needed. What her family got through should have never happened as well, but it's happening in too many others. There are state laws banning the freedom to choose,
Can we
criminalizing
pause?
doctors.
So you mean to tell me that this man, this Dimension Monkey, is celebrating a woman who traveled across state lines because she was unable to get the abortion that she wanted to at the time she wanted, so she had to travel across. So he's celebrating a woman who freely murdered her baby.
Well, I thought that he said the baby was dead in the womb.
Well, they're saying it was something wrong with the baby, but here's my question: did she get it taken care of?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your problem?
I think he's saying because she had to leave the state. It had to
Good.
go
Let her leave the state. She can go get it done somewhere else. I can't get everything I want done. Look, I can't get the haircut from black people I want where I'm at, but I'm not willing to move. So what do I do if I want a certain type of haircut? I go where the haircut is.
Yeah.
You know what you can still freely do? Move. If you don't like the way Texas does stuff, leave. Go to Cali. Go somewhere. You know why you won't go to California? You know why? Because you know what's happening in California. You know why you won't go to a state that allows abortion and anything like that? Because you know that state is absolute trash. You want the perks of Texas and you want to bring all the trash from elsewhere and put it there too.
Yeah.
And I highly doubt that that's the actual reason for her abortion. Because if your doctor that you were at told you that you needed that.
But I'm not a parent. I'm not a parent. You guys may be parents, but if a woman is pregnant and the baby is not viable, wouldn't they just do like a C-section or induce a labor?
That thank you.
Okay.
All I know is this: she got it taken care of. And if it's up to the state, as it should be, not up to federal, it should be the state's decision. You can always move.
Yeah.
And isn't that what people are doing in California? They're just fleeing in California and New York?
Yeah.
Okay.
Forcing survivors of rape and incest to leave their states to get the treatment they need. Many of
Less
you
than
in
a
this chamber
percentage of rapes
and my predecessor are
incest
promising to
are
pass a
raised
national
by the
ban on
stat.
reproductive freedom. My God, what freedom else would you take away?
It's
What
not
freedom else?
reproductive freedom, because in essence, you're not reproducing. You can't call it reproductive freedom if you're not reproducing. You might want to call it the right to not reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
So non-reproductive rights is what we're trying to take away, if you want to put it somewhere. Man, if only it existed just before you popped out. Anyway,
Look, it's a decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court majority wrote the following, and with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power. Electoral or political power. You're about to realize just how much you're right about that.
I hope you realize the threat that he just issued to the Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That
Big
was a
threat.
direct, aimed threat at the Supreme Court.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, AJ. I don't think he understands what the difference is. Yeah. And exactly,
Dementia monkeys
it
normally
was a
don't.
lie. Exactly. It was a very big lie.
Can I be honest, guys?
Uh-huh.
As time goes on and I'm listening to this guy, I'm getting more and more angry.
As you should.
Like seething.
You should. You should. Because it's angering. Yeah. Of course you can't look at them, right?
Clearly, those bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women, but they found out.
What's a woman, Joe?
He should have called Katanja up there and asked what's a woman. The one they appointed to judge or whatever, nominated. Bring up what's a woman, because she didn't know.
So something crossed my mind.
She's not a biologist.
No, something crossed my mind today, real quick. Something crossed my mind. Hey, True's in the house. True, what's up, man? Welcome. Let me ask a question. Trans, just a real quick sidebar. If you are a trans individual and you're trans, whatever you call it, you are now going from one to a different thing, across, what are you going to? If you are a male, but you identify as a female, and you are, you're trans overing to what?
A female.
If there isn't anything that you can identify the other by, how do you know you're even tranning?
Yeah. Makes sense to you and me and everybody that's probably here, but to these people that are it don't make sense to them, and I don't understand why. But they want us to be a part of the delusion. Like, that's the weird part. Like, accept my delusion. Can't do it. Won't do it.
Can't do it.
When reproductive freedom was on the ballot, we won in 2022 and 2020, and we'll win again in 2024.
2020 and 2024. COVID.
If you, the American people, send me a Congress that supports the right to choose, I promise you, I'll restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again. Folks,
In other words, what he just said to the Supreme Court, screw you, I'm doing what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Trump tells, Russia, if that's what he's saying, he said, do what you want, that's a problem. When you do what you want, that's not a problem.
I mean, you know the buzzword that's been going around that has been attributed to Trump. What was that word? It starts with an F.
Fascist.
Yes, that's what it is.
That's the word.
I'm getting it's giving fascist vibes with Biden right now.
Yep.
Am I wrong?
Nope.
No,
Okay.
100% right.
Just I'm sure.
America cannot go back. I'm here tonight to show what I believe is the way forward, because I know how far we come. 4 years ago next week, before I came to office, the country was hit by the worst pandemic and the worst economic crisis in a century. Remember the fear, record losses?
4 years ago?
Roughly.
No. In 2019 is when everything hit. 2020 is when they shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Remember the spikes in crime and the murder rate, raging virus that took more than 1 million American lives?
No, it didn't. How is it that he could say that crap and YouTube doesn't? YouTube, let me talk to you real quick. How are you going to allow that bit of misinformation through? And not call that medical misinformation, but you want to ban us from medical misinformation. That is a flat, straight out medical misinformation lie right from the pits of hell, and y'all ain't doing nothing to the White House? The White House account can keep this up? The whole speech can stay up, even though he's lying? Look, man. Bruh.
Of loved ones, millions left behind. A mental health crisis of isolation and loneliness. A president, my predecessor, failed the most basic presidential duty that he owes to American people, the duty to care.
You all asked him to shut down. Y'all were the ones that wanted this.
Mm-hmm.
You were one of the biggest ringleaders in telling us to shut down the country. You and Fauci's. Y'all wanted this.
Yep.
Every time you turn the TV on, y'all was saying, we need to shut down the country. Shut down the country. If we don't shut it down, it's going to run amok. You put everybody in mental disarray. You guys wanted that. And when he kowtowed and gave that to you, now it's his fault? Wow.
I think that's unforgivable. I came to office determined to get us through one of the toughest periods in the nation's history. We have. It doesn't make news in 1,000 cities and towns. The American people are writing the greatest comeback story never told.
Because it never happened.
So let's tell the story here. Tell it here and now. America's comeback is building the future of American possibilities, building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down, investing in all America, in all Americans, to make sure everyone has a fair shot. We leave no one behind.
So have you?
The pandemic no longer controls our lives. The vaccine that saved us from COVID are now being used to beat cancer, turning setback into comeback. That's what America does.
YouTube again, YouTube. That's medical misinformation. Y'all ain't gonna ban them for that? We gonna issue them a strike for that?
Wow.
Did you hear what your president said, right? That he has a cure for cancer and it's called a vaccine for COVID. I'm just repeating what he said.
It couldn't even cure COVID, but it can cure cancer. Okay.
It can cure cancer, yeah.
The sad part here is that people heard that and they're clapping along like seals to it. Like the general public. That's the scary part.
That's what America does. Folks, my inherited economy is on the brink. Now our economy is literally the envy of the world. 15 million new jobs in just 3 years, a record.
What?
Biden. You know, I know. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. I want to keep my channel. I'm not gonna say it.
Record. Unemployment at 50-year lows. Record 16 million Americans are starting small businesses, and each one is a literal act of hope. With historic job growth and small business growth for Black and Hispanics and Asian Americans, 800,000 new manufacturing jobs in America and counting. Where is it written we can't be the manufacturing capital of the world? We are, we will. More people have health insurance today. More people have health insurance today than ever before. The racial wealth gap is as small as it's been in 20 years. Wages keep going up, inflation keeps coming down.
Man, this man is a liar, man.
Wow. You know, I kept equating it to this, okay? This is what happened, and I'm going to make sure you guys understand it fully. This is exactly what happened, okay? So we had a nice and manageable house for 4 years, okay? And then a bunch of people showed up at our house and told us that we need to have more stuff in the house. And so they brought 3 houses worth of stuff into our house, making it very difficult to traverse the house. And then when I finally had to move out, I took all their stuff out and I took most of my stuff out. And then they walked back in and said, look how much better we made the place.
Mm-hmm.
Look how much more room we have. Wow. No, you brought a whole bunch of crap that you just took right back out. And then you said you took it back to what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that's historic? Man, come on.
Inflation has dropped from 9% to 3%, the lowest in the world and tending lower.
Lies.
The landing is and will be soft. And now, instead of importing foreign products and exporting American jobs, we're exporting American products and creating American jobs. Right here in America, where they belong.
Really?
Where?
And it takes time, but the American people are beginning to feel it. Consumer studies show consumer confidence is soaring.
Hold on. You said it was going to take time to feel it, but you said it's in full swing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is it? Is it going to take time to feel the effects of what you say is happening already, even though it's in full swing and trending upwards? 9 to 4%, but it's going to what? I'm confused, Joe. I'm confused. I really am. I don't even know what to make of it. Well, I never know what to make of your speeches anymore, but hey.
Buy America has been the law of the land since the 1930s. Past administrations, including my predecessor, including some Democrats as well in the past, failed to buy American.
What?
Man, I'm like Jay, I'm about to get pissed off about a minute. This dude is lying, man. It's crazy.
Isn't everything that Donald Trump did was bring in manufacturing jobs, cut external export? Didn't he do all that for 4 years?
Right. America first.
When he said America first, wasn't he called a bigot and a nationalist and all that stuff?
Xenophobe, everything. Good, man.
Not anymore. On my watch, federal projects that you fund, like helping build American roads, bridges, and highways, will be made with American products and built by American workers.
When, Joe? When?
Creating good paying American jobs.
When?
And thanks to our CHIPS and Science Act, the United States is investing more in research and development than ever before. During the pandemic, a shortage of semiconductors, chips, that drove up the price of everything from cell phones to automobiles. And by the way, we invented those chips right here in America. Well, instead of having to import them, private companies are now investing billions of dollars to build new chip factories here in America.
Some Trump was
creating
working
tens
on.
of thousands of jobs. Many of those jobs paying $100,000 a year and don't require a college degree. In fact, my policies have attracted $650 billion in private sector investment in clean energy, advanced manufacturing, creating tens of thousands of jobs here in America. And thanks to our bipartisan infrastructure law, 46,000 new projects have been announced all across your communities. And by the way, I noticed some of you strongly voted against it, or they're cheering on that money coming in. I like it.
Pete Buttigieg.
I'm with you. If any of you don't want that money in your district, just let me know. Modernizing our roads and bridges, ports and airports, public transit systems. Removing poisonous lead pipes so every child can drink clean water without risk of brain damage.
And end up like me. That's the only thing you didn't add, Joe, was the end up like me. Okay, so here's my question. He said that he's put money towards all of us. Has any of that taken place?
Not to my direct knowledge, no.
The answer is no. None of it has taken place. Not one project has kicked off. Not one project has been executed. All in plan, and all the money that you say you're giving is not actually given at all. None. It took you a year. Thank you for bringing it up, Retro. It took you a year to get out to Ohio, didn't it? And when you went there, you couldn't remember half the stuff you were supposed to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are crazy, bro. Crazy.
Providing affordable high-speed internet for every American, no matter where you live, urban, suburban, or rural communities, in red states and blue states. Record investments in tribal communities. Because of my investment in a family farm, because I invested in family farms led by my Secretary of Agriculture, who knows more about this than anybody I know, we're better able to stay in the family for those farms and their children and grandchildren won't have to leave.
What?
Leave home to make a living. Family farm. Cheering on that money. Cheering on. In red states and blue states. Record investments in tribal communities. Because of my investment in a family farm. Because I invested in family farms led by my Secretary of Agriculture, who knows more about this than anybody I know. We're better able to stay in the family for those farms and their children and grandchildren won't have to leave home to make a living.
What?
It's transformative.
What?
The great comeback story is Belvedere, Illinois, home to an auto plant for nearly 60 years. Before I came to office, the plant was on its way to shutting down. Thousands of workers feared for their livelihoods. Hope was fading. Then I was elected to office, and we raised the Belvedere repeatedly with auto companies, knowing unions would make all the difference. UAW worked like hell to keep the plant open and get these jobs back, and together we succeeded. Instead of auto factories shutting down, auto factories reopening, a new state-of-the-art battery factories being built to power those cars there at the same.
This is really painful to watch. I'm not going to lie.
It is.
Yeah.
Very painful.
During your regime, we had a mass execution of cows. We had a mass shutdown of production. We had a mass blow to farmers because they had to pay extra for you, right? You'd almost tax them out of existence. You shut down their performances by telling them they can't put out certain product because of the so-called jibbity jab excursions.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't bail them out, but you bailed out banks. How did you help farmers again?
And let's not talk about the chicken factories that burn up and all the chickens and everything. And
yeah, I remember that.
I mean, it's a whole lot of stuff that happened under his administration that he's not talking about. This man crazy.
The folks of Belvedere, I say, instead of your town being left behind, your community is moving forward again. Because instead of watching auto jobs of the future go overseas, 4,000 union jobs with higher wages are building the future in Belvedere right here in America. Here tonight is UAW President Shawn Fain, a great friend and a great labor leader. Shawn, where are you? Stand up.
Where's Hunter?
And Dawn Sims, third generation worker, UAW worker at Belvedere. Shawn, I was proud to be the first president to stand on the picket line. And today, Dawn has a good job in her hometown, providing stability for her family and pride and dignity as well.
I don't know. Okay, so he says he's all for the unions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he's the one that has done all he can to make sure everything works fine.
So he says.
Okay.
Wow.
Under his administration. That's not the only one. Almost 15 states have this happening. But he says the jobs are open, but in reality they're not, because they're not being paid at all. Because they can't be.
Interesting.
They can't be. This guy. And the thing is, his statements of lies can easily be tracked and shown for what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Join once again. Wall Street didn't build America. They're not bad guys. They didn't build it, though. The middle class built the country, and unions built the middle class.
No, they didn't.
I say to the American people, when America gets knocked down, we get back up.
Again. You're never
We
going to
keep
keep me
going.
down.
That's America.
Look at that fool.
That's
that
you,
fool.
the American
Ugh.
people. It's because of you America's coming back. It's because of you our future is bright. It's because of you that tonight we can proudly say the state of our union is strong and getting stronger.
Lunacy, man.
Tonight, I want to talk about the future of possibilities that we can build together. A future where the days of trickle-down economics are over, and the wealthy and the biggest corporations no longer get
my
all the
gosh.
tax breaks. And by
Seriously?
the way, I understand corporations. I come from a state that has more corporations invested than every one of your states in the United States combined.
Did he just do a
36 years. I'm not
demeasuring
anti-corporation.
competition
He
right
did.
there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Delaware? Of all places? Delaware?
I am pretty sure there are at least 7 states that are more productive than Delaware. I don't know what he's talking about.
I mean, I know off the top of my
Where I
head,
grew up.
Michigan,
Alone,
Tennessee.
Michigan alone's already wiping him off the map with that.
Tennessee is big with their manufacturing plant. North Carolina has a BMW manufacturing plant. What does Delaware have?
Just go to Cali. Even though it's going under, they have more manufacturing plants than Delaware does. What is he talking about? Golly.
In a home where trickle-down economics didn't put much on my dad's kitchen table. That's why I determined to turn things around so middle class does well. When they do well, the poor go way up and the wealthy still do very well. We all do well. And there's more to do to make sure you're feeling the benefits of all we're doing. Americans pay more for prescription drugs than anywhere in the world. It's wrong, and I'm ending it.
When, Joe? You had 4 years. When you gonna end that? Remember, I'm not saying you can. I'm just saying you said you would.
Right.
I just want to know when. Like, you have like what? Another 7 months left on your ticket? 8 months? I don't think you can pull it off by then. Maybe I'm wrong.
For the law that I proposed and signed, not one of you Republican buddies voted for it. We finally beat Big Pharma. Instead of paying $400 a month or thereabouts for insulin with diabetes, and it only costs $10 to make, they only get paid $35 a month now and still make a healthy profit.
I wonder who said that first.
But what to do next?
I wonder who actually did that.
I want to cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month for every American who needs it.
Huh.
Wow.
Weird. There was somebody else that did that already. Who was it?
I think it's the orange man, the Cheeto Puff.
Yeah.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah.
It's that guy.
That's like LBJ taking the responsibility for the civil rights bill.
Right.
Huh.
Wouldn't this kind of sort of be what is known as plagiarism?
Plagiarize. Yeah, but he's known for that. He's known for
True.
that.
That's
all he's ever done is plagiarize.
Just
everyone. For years, people have talked about it, but finally we got it done and gave Medicare the power to negotiate lower prices on prescription drugs, just like the VA is able to do for veterans. That's not just saving seniors money, it's saving taxpayers money. We cut the federal deficit by
But we're not getting it back because you keep sending that same money to Ukraine. It's not saving us anything, like at all.
Mm-hmm.
If it were saving us, we'd be getting something back. But the only people getting their pocket lined are you and Ukraine. That's it.
160.
Why are you wearing your mask, bro?
You know what? I was going to say something about that. I know he's been jabbed about 13 times, and he's sitting there with a mask on. Like, for what? Virtue signaling, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Get ready to put your mask back on. He's letting you know we're going to be masked up again. He's letting us know. It's crazy.
Bernie.
$1 because Medicare will no longer have to pay those exorbitant prices to Big Pharma. This year, Medicare is negotiating lower prices for some of the costliest drugs on the market that treat everything from heart disease to arthritis. It's now time to go further and give Medicare the power to negotiate lower prices for 500 different drugs over the next decade. They're making a lot of money, guys. And they'll still be extremely profitable. Will not only save lives, it will save taxpayers another $200 billion. Starting next year, the same law caps total prescription drug costs for seniors on Medicare at $2,000 a year. Even for expensive cancer drugs that cost $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. I want to cap prescription drug costs at $2,000 a year for everyone. Folks, I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but if you want to get an Air Force One and fly to Toronto, Berlin, Moscow, even Moscow, probably. And bring your prescription with you, and I promise you I'll get it for you for 40% the cost you're paying now. Same company, same drug. same place.
What?
Folks,
How?
What? Same company, same. Okay.
the Affordable Care Act, the old Obamacare, it's still a very big deal. Over 100 million of you can no longer be denied health insurance because of pre-existing condition. Well, my predecessor and many in this chamber want to take this prescription drug away by repealing Affordable Care Act. I'm not going to let that happen. We stopped you 50 times before and we'll stop you again. In fact, I'm not only protecting it, I'm expanding it. We enacted tax credits of $800 per person per year, reduce healthcare costs for millions of working families. That tax credit expires next year. I want to make that savings permanent.
Can we pause? So part of the reason why I became a staunch anti-Democrat was because when I was working, it was during Obama's term when he instilled and instituted the Affordable Care Act. And when I began working, I thought this was going to be cool until I recognized that some of the plans were crap. In fact, all the plans were crap. And it was going to take roughly 2% of my paycheck that I could not afford to lose to this. So I opted out of health insurance. Come to find out during my taxes, they were taking money for me not choosing to have insurance, for me choosing not to have insurance. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I also got into a debate where that money that's being taxed for me not wanting to have insurance was going to now help somebody who doesn't have insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Can someone tell me, understand why I'm being penalized for something that I do not want, and that money is going towards somebody who desperately wants it but won't work to have it?
I really don't have an argument for that. I mean, I think Trump got rid of that, though, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got rid of that part of it.
But Biden wants to expand it.
And he's going to bring it back. That's what his plan is. But if his track record is the way it is, he's probably not going to get it done anyway.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know how to do anything. So he probably won't get it done. I think we'll have to do a part 2 because look, I do want people, this is why I want to do the whole thing. Ain't nobody going to say we nitpicked and picked and chose what we wanted to listen to. We'll hear everything in its context and catch it off the rip, because you ain't gonna come back and say, well, that clip was Dr. No, the thing is, we grabbed it directly from a left-wing site. Okay, this is you see that right there, CNBC. This is not Fox.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't have a need to edit anything, and we want you to hear it in its full context so you see exactly how many lies he's told. So you know what? The next time we might have to bring every bit of the paperwork that Donald Trump did and see how much of it he's plagiarized.
Yeah.
Said that it's his, and when it's not his. Okay. That's what I think we'll have to end up doing, because at the end of the day, what he just did was completely contrary to the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone out there who still supports him, hey, you have the right to be brain damaged. Be brain damaged. You'll never be right, but you're allowed to be brain damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember that we'll consider you short bus material. That's all. Might even be part of the upholstery. I don't even know. Crayon eating. Golly. Special group of people, bro. Special group of people. In any case, don't forget that I'm leaving on Friday, and I won't be back until the 30th, or more likely the 1st of April.
Mm-hmm.
But when they can, they will jump on. The Savage Pictures aren't going away. I just have some stuff to go take care of, but they'll be back. Some more, either Friday or Monday, but they'll be back. And hopefully you guys will cover the rest of it. I can send you the link to it. In fact, I might do that now before I forget. I'm going to put the link, and then I'll put the time marker that we stopped at so we have it.
Yeah.
It says 114.52, and so there we go. All right, so now you know exactly where to go to when you got it, and we'll catch up then. Thank you, Dante, for joining in the conversation.
Sure. Thank you.
Even though it was more of a roast fest for him, which is what he deserves. But golly gee williker, I tell you, that man is slower than molasses in winter.
This is painful.
Flowing uphill. That's slow. Keep an eye out for Too Strong. We're dropping a bunch of videos here before the weekend. Some really good ones too. So keep an eye out. Go look at them, get them boosted, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Hey, Dante, where can some of our fans find you?
Yeah, where's your TikTok?
You can find me on TikTok, President Dante on TikTok. You can find me on YouTube, same name, President Dante on YouTube. And Facebook, I think it's under Dante Nelson, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm on those 3 platforms right now.
Fantastic. You're muted, Marlon. Can't
make sure y'all go find him. He's really got some good stuff. Really good stuff.
Absolutely.
He's a critical thinker. He's not a group thinker. He's a very critical thinker. So that's good. So we'll catch you guys later. Mr. Lee, please exit us.
Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we will see y'all when we see you.
Peace.